You know what's crazy is that most people read the story of the prodigal son and they focus only on the sin, the partying, the lust, the rebellion, the wasted inheritance. But really, the turning point of the story is not when he became miserable, it's when he came to himself. And that's what the Bible says. The Bible says that when he was at his worst moment, all of a sudden, he came to himself, meaning he had been living beneath his identity. How do I know that? He said, I will arise and go to my father's house. But he never stopped being a son. He was a prodigal son, nevertheless, still a son. Even in the pig pen, even in the filth and in the rebellion, he was still a son. And the moment he remembered his relationship to the Father, that's when everything changed. And the Bible says, quote, I will arise and go to my Father. Why? Because where he was no longer congruent with who he was. Where he was no longer in alignment with who he was. And that's where the problem is with many believers today. You're acting the fool because you're living beneath your identity. You forgot who you are. The enemy first attacks identity before behavior. That's why temptation, it often starts with confusion. Who are you really? Does God really love you? Are you really his? These are the questions that assail your mind. But when you truly understand your relationship to the Father, certain places stop making sense for you. Certain habits stop fitting you. Not because you're trying harder, but because you finally came to yourself. Listen, you don't need to discover yourself apart from God. You need to come back to the Father and remember who you already are.